All right, let's talk about deployment and how you would basically take all of this, everything that we've implemented, and deploy it to a cloud provider. So I'm going to show you the most popular one, which is AWS, and some of the services that you will need. And the first thing that I want to talk to you is basically in here. So you see these microservices, so customer, fraud, as well as notification, and we kind of package them into a Docker image, correct? Now, you don't want these Docker images, so your applications, to be public. So currently they are public. If you go to my Docker Hub registry, in here you can see all of my registries. Have a look. You've got API Gateway, notification, Eureka Server, fraud, customer, and whatnot. Now, with Docker Hub, you can have a private registry, meaning that for applications to access, they need to provide credentials. So you are the only one that can access these images. You could use Docker Hub, or you could use Amazon Elastic Container Registry. So if you are deploying everything into Amazon, you could just use Amazon ECR. So easily store, share, and deploy your container software anywhere. It's very easy to use and kind of similar to Docker Hub. Then the next thing that I want to talk to you is this main entry point. So our load balancer that we've configured. Now, as I said, we don't want to manage our own load balancer, and instead we should use a managed one. So AWS, they provide elastic load balancing for us. So it's a managed solution that allows you to distribute network traffic to improve application scalability. You can secure your applications with integrated certificate management, user authentication, SLS, and SSL TLS decryption. You can deliver applications with high availability and auto scaling. So this is something very difficult for us to achieve, and you can monitor the health and performance of applications in real time. So you can basically uncover bottleneck and maintain SLA compliance. So really important. Now, in terms of how it works, so here they've got a few types. So you've got application load balancer, gateway load balancer, and network load balancer. So you need to choose accordingly, but most of the times you're going to use application load balancers with ingresses within Kubernetes. So basically have a look. So in here, this is the source. In here, you've got the load balancer, and you get all of this right here configured for you. So you see that if we were to manage our own, to get all of this, it's a really difficult job. But then with this application load balancer, you get user auth, rich metrics, logging, redirects, fig responses, and you can do content-based routing, health checks, sticky sessions if you want to use, and you have lots of different load balancing algorithms to choose from. And have a look, the targets: EC2, Lambdas, Fargate, EKS. So in here, I'm going to touch on EKS in a second, and also ECS, or to an IP address. So this is really, really powerful stuff. Then we have our databases in here. So Postgres, again, we can use Amazon Relational Database Service, i.e. ODS. So set up, operate, and scale a relational database in the cloud with just a few clicks. It's super easy to use and to manage. So here we've used Postgres, but you can use MySQL, MariaDB, Oracle, SQL Server, and Aurora. So you can see the benefits in here: high scalable, it's fast, secure, inexpensive, and a bunch of people use it. So you should also use it. Then you saw that these microservices, they connect to a message queue. So we learned both about RabbitMQ as well as Kafka. And again, for us to manage our own message queues and whatnot, it's difficult. So instead, use a managed solution. And luckily for you, there is Amazon MQ, fully managed service for open source message brokers. And you can read more about it, how it works and whatnot. But here, build or configure your message broker, producers, and consumers. So we've learned about all of this. Also, Apache Kafka. So Amazon manage streaming for Apache Kafka. So you can use Apache Kafka within AWS. So never manage your own message queues unless you know what you are doing. Finally, you saw that we don't need Eureka Server nor Config Server, And distributed tracing also, this basically it's very easy to deploy as you saw within our Kubernetes cluster. But the last thing that we need is, so you saw that we deployed all of this into Minikube. Now Minikube is mainly used for local development. And if you want to deploy your microservices to a Kubernetes cluster, then you can use Amazon Elastic Kubernetes Service, i.e. EKS, the most trusted way to start, run, and scale Kubernetes. So it's really nice. I've used it in the past, and basically in here you saw Fargate. So this is serverless containers or EC2. So basically you can deploy worker nodes for your EKS cluster, and a lot of people are using it, and it's really, really powerful, and it's one which I highly recommend you to use. So this is pretty much all the components that you need within AWS. Like literally just learn AWS, because everybody deploys their applications to Kubernetes because it's so cheap. And if you know AWS, you can demand for more money when applying for jobs. I'm going to leave all of these links under the description of this video so you can follow along. But if you have any questions, please do let me know. Otherwise, catch me on the next one.